College football is about tradition and competition, and NCAA Football 12 brings both to the table, along with a few other additions to satisfy any college football fanatic. Enhanced team traditions, a new collision-based tackling system, and upgrades to Road to Glory and Dynasty modes are just a few new features added to this year's game. Although some parts of NCAA Football 12 haven't changed much from past titles, the changes that were made to NCAA Football 12 are significant enough to satisfy any college football fan. NCAA Football 12 is a great-looking game. The new HDR lighting system, which uses different layers of exposure to reveal extra player detail, adds new live-to-player and stadium models, which are, by the way, accurately represented in the game. Uniform and helmets are replicated nicely, and players physically look the part, from small scat backs to large linemen. Weather conditions are also represented well, and you'll see a variety of weather effects from game to game. 3D grass is a new addition this year, and although it's a nice touch, it's only noticeable during close-up replays. However, there are some instances where you'll encounter odd glitches during NCAA Football 12, which is a minor eyesore to what is for the most part a visually pleasing game. I'm an advocate for adding presentation elements from any real-life sport to the virtual playing field, and in my opinion, it starts with the broadcast. The ESPN integration is back from last year, and for the most part, each game mimics a real-life broadcast. Authentic team traditions are shown prior to kickoff, cutscenes and replays are littered throughout the game, stats are aplenty, and the commentary does just enough to sound updated from last year. The addition of game tracks, which are highlight packages of key game moments, and conference-specific video transitions in between replays are also a nice touch. However, the absence of a halftime and post-game show is a disappointment. If you're familiar with the NCAA Football series, you have no problem learning how to play NCAA Football 12. Controls are pretty much the same as last year's title. The only gameplay changes come from the new collision system and enhancements to AI zone play. Gone are the days of being sucked into a tackle or catch. This year, you'll notice that tackles and catches don't initiate until a defender makes contact with the ball carrier, which creates more realistic tackles, or when a receiver is in front of the football, which is how it should be. As a result, the timing to make tackles or catches takes some getting used to, but it's easy to adjust to the changes, and the new system results in a more realistic experience. Better AI zone play is another welcome addition. Defenders now shade receivers out of their zone before passing them along to the safeties. The CPU is generally effective, but there are some instances where a defender will stay stuck in their zone and watch as a receiver blows past him instead of pursuing the ball. Although the new collision system and AI zone play help the experience, there are still some issues that still exist from past NCAA football titles. Players still move a bit fast, the gliding effect is still noticeable, and there are some weird animation glitches that occur on occasion. But overall, the gameplay is solid. Dynasty was solid last year, but EA Sports decided to add more to it in NCAA Football 12, giving gamers the ability to create conferences, change bowl game settings, and even rename divisions. Online Dynasty also brings longevity to the game, and the new coaching carousel adds to the college experience as you are put into the coaching seat, being either rehired, fired, or choosing between jobs. It's a cool experience to decide on a school, install your own offense, and build your school into a successful program. Road to Glory has gotten a huge upgrade this year. Last year's mode was more of the same, but this year's takes the idea of playing as just one player from high school through college with the option to play on both sides of the ball. Road to Glory is now like a role-playing game as you gain and lose experience points as you practice and play, and this leads to you progressing in your role on the team. You can go all the way from a towel boy who can only call a few plays to king of the campus and have full reins on play calls. Boosters make the player progression somewhat faster than it should be, but overall Road to Glory is a solid feature that has room to grow. Custom playbooks have been one of the most demanded features by gamers, and this year EA Sports got the hint. Users can now build diverse playbooks for their teams with up to 40 different formations. Making the "I chose the wrong playbook" excuse when playing on or offline is no longer an option. For the most part, from a gameplay standpoint, NCAA Football 12 plays like previous iterations of the game. Passing is solid, running is satisfying, and the CPU provides a challenge. But it's the additions like the new tackling system, improved graphics, Dynasty and playbook customization, and Road to Glory that ultimately enhance the experience tenfold compared to last year's game. Well, that's it for this episode of Sports Gamer Show. If you want more content, go to the website at www.sportsgamershow.com. Make sure to like the Sports Gamer Show Facebook page and follow Sports Gamer Show on Twitter at Sports Gamer Show. I'm Rio Pacino, and we'll see you next time.